Hey, this is Jason with ReallyCheapFloors.com. Today's video we're going to demo how to lay a solid hardwood floor. Okay, to start our installation, the first thing we want to do, check all of our rooms to make sure everything's fairly square. After we do that, I like to start on a long outside wall because they're usually the straightest. When I do my marking to start my rows, you want to leave about a 1/4 inch expansion behind the wood. So we will get started here. And if you're doing this by yourself, it's hard to chalk a line by yourself. So we'll, on our mark up here, we'll take a finish nail, we'll drive it in the mark. That way you can hook your chalk line to it, pull it all the way across. Then we have our starting line. We got our line chalked, ready to nail our first row down. Like I mentioned, you always want to leave about a 1/4 inch around the wall for expansion. When you come back and put your trim down around it, it hides that gap between the wood and the wall. Okay, we're going to nail our first row down, and the chalk line, we're going to line the edge of the board up with the chalk line all the way across. Okay, we got our first row down. After that, I like to roll our felt paper down. The felt paper's for squeaks. I don't like to put it under the first row because it's on our chalk line. If you do it on top of the felt, if your felt moves just a little bit, your line's going to be crooked. So I always nail it first and then start with my felt. We've got down to the other end of the wall. To cut a board, the easiest way is reverse the board. Every board has a tongue and a groove. We will be putting the groove against the wall to mark it backwards. Always mark it to leave your 1/4 inch expansion. Okay, we've cut our board. I always like to cut a longer board so I can take the piece that was left over back to the starter wall. The reason it's a starter is we've cut it off. It no longer has a groove in it. It's better to cut a longer board than cut one and throw a 3-inch piece away every time. It cuts down on your waste. The biggest thing to remember is keep all of your end joints approximately 6 inches apart, and on the nails we used, you want to nail every 6 to 10 inches. And we used a 2-inch cleat, or you can use a 2-inch staple. Again, this is Jason at ReallyCheapFloors.com. Any questions or comments, you know where to leave them. Thanks again for watching.